super. Twos bring a smile. But it's your Jim Perry that gives the game style on Card Sharks. And now, here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you, Jack. Oh, that looks nice. Thank you very much. And welcome to Card Sharks. Delighted to have you here with us in the studio. And especially delighted to have you with us at home. We have some terrific news starting today. We are adding 2 ways, one new way to make money on the show, and one way for people to make more money with the money cards. And we'll tell you about them when they come up, but I am delighted about it. Anytime we get a chance to give away money, that is terrific. And what is also terrific is someone sending in an opening poem. Mert Million of Lehigh Acres, Florida. Thank you, Mert. Now let's open up the board and get to those cards. Go ahead. Janice and Lois will start ballooning in the cards, and we'll meet our Card Sharks. Bev Bowman is our champion. Hi, Bev.
Hi.
Good to see you again.
Good to be here.
Give you a nice, firm handshake. Won't you again tell us about you?
I'm a junior at UCLA, majoring in chemistry, and currently I'm studying in Catalina Island marine biology out there.
Yeah, that sounds fascinating. What do you want to do when you finish at school?
I'm not real sure. Something biochemistry, chemistry. I'm not real sure yet.
I was never good at those things in school. I wish you well with them there, Bev.
Thank you.
Certainly, Bev has done very well here with $1,400 in cash. Our challenger, Stan Levitt. Hi, Stan. Good to see you again.
Thanks. Good to be here
And
again.
a little reminder about you.
Well, I'm Stan Levitt. I live here in Los Angeles. I was originally from Oklahoma City. I was in Denver. I spent 15 years in the jewelry business as a manager and buyer, and 25 years in broadcasting as a news commentator and sportscaster, and I'm in between positions at this time.
In between position. What position are you looking for? In jewelry or broadcasting?
Preferably in broadcasting.
Well, we wish you well with that. And we
Thank
wish you
you.
well here. We've got a good, close match. Of course, we play the best 2 out of 3. And as we left off, Bev has 1 game, Stan has 1, and we're in the middle of the tiebreaker. You, of course, cut those cards at the beginning of the match.
Yeah.
Let's pick up where we
Absolutely.
left off. Looking at that board, Bev has now moved over. She's near the middle with a 7 as a base card. Needs 1 for the championship. Stan needs 2, but he has a much better base card, the ace. And now let me first of all tell you the first change, which I think is kind of nice, something that I've always felt that we should reward it when someone hits it right smack on the head in our poll. And that's what we're starting to do. If either of you or any of our players get a poll right smack on the head, right away, an instant $500 in cash. And nice? You should be rewarded.
I'll take it.
Now let's see somebody do it right now.
Okay, I'm ready.
Well, no, actually, Bev wants to do it right now. Stan doesn't want her to.
You wait.
Because the question goes to Bev.
Okay.
Have we asked 100 married women, when your husband bought your wedding ring, was he cheap? How many women said, yeah, their husband bought them a cheap wedding ring?
Well, I'd say that number would be low because when emotion is involved, people tend to spend more money, and even if the man didn't have that much money, he might be on a low budget because they're just getting married. I think that the women would not think that they're cheap. It's very emotional. I'd say that number would be 20.
20 out of 100 said he was cheap. Stan, higher or lower?
Well, having had the experience with both of them, the women want something a little bit more. They always don't get it, but they want it, so they never say anything about it. My feeling is it's going to be a little bit higher.
Little higher. Secretly, they think he was a little cheap, huh? If it is higher, you'll play your card, Stan. If not, it'll be Bev with hers. Tense moment in the tiebreaker, and the actual number of women who said their husband was cheap when he bought their wedding ring is 13. Not higher, it's lower. Bev was right in her thinking, and Bev has a 7.
I'll change the card and play
You
it.
win the question, you can change it, and a big change in the tiebreaker is 6, a little better.
I have to go with the odds higher.
If it's higher, Bev has the championship. She does! And Bev Bowman wins that championship. Stan, we have to say goodbye. $100 in cash, some nice parting gifts. Good luck with the job
Thank you.
hunting. We all
Thank
know
you
what
very
that's
much.
like. Thanks for being here. Stan Levitt and Bev Bowman, come on down here with me. Bev adding another 100 up to $1,500 in cash. Now, you cut the money cards before we went on the air, yes?
Right.
All right. Let me tell you right now what the second change is, because I think this is also very exciting. Unlike the normal play of the cards here, when we go over to the money cards, obviously you're going to be calling higher or lower, and obviously the way you call them is going to determine how much money you make, up to $28,800. But to help you along a little bit, if you get a double on those money cards, you don't lose. You don't win, but you don't lose.
That's
Your
great.
bet will carry over on any double in the money cards, and that'll up the odds on making money right now. Come on, Ed. Let's see it pay off. Love to see the change pay off big for Bev right now. As we
Me
get
too.
$200 in new money. 3 cards to bet as you will on the bottom line. When you move up to the second level, we'll add another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Minimum bet's $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet where you must risk at least half the money. Good luck, Bev.
Thank you.
And here's $200. Now remember, you can change your base card at each level if you need to. And Lois, let's see if we can start her off with a goodie. 200 and a 2.
Oh, all of it higher.
That's
Great
right.
card. All
Right
of
away, it pays off because you can't lose on that card.
I know.
She's
All
trying to double
higher.
it for 400 higher. Yes, for the 6.
150 higher.
$150 higher than a 6. No.
Oh, that's okay.
250 and a 4.
All right. 150 higher.
$150 again. Higher. It is.
Change
Cards
the
weren't
card,
too
please.
good, but you've had 400. We're going to move up to 5 and give you the other 200.
Change
Say
that
change
card.
it. Let's see if she can improve it. $600 on this level. A 3.
Oh, that's good. Okay. $500 higher.
$500 higher than a 3. Yes, with another 5.
$600 higher.
Big bet on the 5 this time. Let's see a big one right now. That's big enough. $1,700 and a queen.
$1,000 lower.
We haven't seen many big cards. Let's see one lower. Come on, $1,000 lower.
Okay.
Scared me. We didn't see
Keep
any
the card.
aces or kings. We're going to move up that king, however. $700, Bev. What do you want to do?
All of it lower.
She's
All
going to
of
risk
it.
it.
Lower.
Only the second big card we've seen. Let's see a lower one now.
Lower.
For $1,400 is this lower.
Oh.
You had so many low ones, and then those 3 high ones came up to hurt you. But, well, the new rule change didn't help you this time, but maybe it will the next time.
That's right. That's okay.
Come on down here, Bev. You do have the win, another $200, $1,500 in the game, and we'll be right back and meet a new challenger right after we take time out for this. And now Janice deals out 2 brand new decks of cards. Here comes a new challenger on Card Sharks, Virginia Bailey. Hello, Virginia. Nice to meet you. Won't you tell us about you?
I'd love to. My name's Virginia Bailey, and I'm from Sunnyvale, California. Now, that's about 30 miles south of San Francisco, and if you know your way to San Jose, it's 10 miles north of San Jose. My husband and I had our own business for 30 years. We worked together. At the end of that time, we were still talking, we were married, and we were friends. And we just celebrated our 45th wedding anniversary in Juneau, Alaska. And now we're doing all the things we've always wanted to do. We water ski. I'm on a single ski. Snow ski. We do exhibition ballroom dancing. We're taking organ lessons, and we're having a ball.
Well, you are a living, breathing example that togetherness works, huh?
It really does in our case. It
Nice
really
to
does.
have you here, Virginia. We
Thank
wish
you.
you well. You cut your cards?
Yes, I did.
All right, here we go. We will start off with a question to Bev, and of course it's the best 2 out of 3. And, oh, one of my favorite seasons is here now, the football season. And I don't know if you're like I am, but one of the highlights of the football season is the way the players congratulate one another when they have a good play. So, Bev,
Yes.
Ready.
we surveyed 100 professional football players, and we asked them, do you like it when another player pats you on the fanny? How many football players said, yeah, they do like it when another player...
I think they know what it is when they congratulate them. It's not anything weird. I think they really would like it because they know that it was because they made a great play and it was a very positive thing, so that number would be 90. High.
90 out of 100 like it when player pats them on the fanny, Virginia.
No, I don't even know if they can feel it hot part of the time with all that patting and everything. But I think even though they may say, well, that's all right, it must be a little lower. It couldn't be really that high. I
You say
don't
lower.
think. Oh, I think it would be lower.
They go way down deep. If they could feel it, they wouldn't like it.
Right.
Okay. 90 and lower. The actual number of football players who like it when another player pats them on the fanny is 44. Virginia's right. It is much lower.
Great.
However, the other 90 or whatever they were delighted about the whole thing. Virginia, you start off the match with a 2.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Higher, higher.
Higher than a 2. Yes, a queen.
Great. Lower, lower.
Lower than a queen. A 4.
Oh, wonderful. Higher.
Higher than a 4. A jack.
Oh. I'll take a chance. Lower.
She's going to try to go all the way. Is she right? Yes! Virginia turns the ball over and has the first game of the match. We'll be right back to see if the champion can make a comeback right after this. I'll give you a little tap. Janice deals out same two decks of cards with the next cards off the top of the deck as we start game two. Game one went to the challenger. Just a gentle reminder, remember, in the main game, of course, if you had a double, you would lose. You must call higher and lower. That's in fairness, or one against the other. But over there on the money cards, we want to give you every opportunity because you're all by yourself. All right? Virginia.
Yes.
We asked 100 United States congressmen in Washington, D.C., the last time you ran for office, was your campaign budget larger than your yearly salary as a congressman? How many congressmen said, yeah, their last campaign budget was larger than their yearly salary?
Well, yes. Now, the expenses this year they're getting higher and higher. And it seems like when you see these campaigns and the length of time of the campaigns, I think really the expenses are quite high. They must really be higher than their yearly salary. And I think maybe, I would say maybe 40 said that their campaign expenses were higher
40
than their
out of 100.
salary.
What do you think?
With postage, and they have the TV commercials on the air, and they have newspaper ads, everything, I think that's got to be higher. I know that they don't make that much money. I think it would be higher, definitely.
The actual number of congressmen who said their campaign budget was larger than their yearly salary is 98! Now, that leads me to a very serious question. Why do they want the job, friends? They must be getting money someplace. And Bev starts off this game with a 10.
Change the card.
Changing the 10 to a
Oh,
queen.
that's much better. Lower.
Lower than a queen. A jack.
All right, lower.
Lower than a jack. A 7.
Freeze, freeze.
And we move over the freeze bar, protecting that position for Bev. She needs 2 cards that tie up the match. 98 out of 100.
That's a lot.
Goodness. Bev, we found 100 single women who have been engaged to marry the same man for 5 years. We asked them, are you becoming suspicious that your fiancé may be getting cold feet? How many women said, yeah, after being engaged for 5 years, they are beginning to suspect their fiancé is getting cold feet?
Boy, they have a lot of faith for waiting 5 years. I wonder how you found all those 100 people. But it must be around 40, because I would think some of them would think that they would be getting cold feet, but on the other hand, they're waiting 5 years, and so they must have a lot of faith. So I'd say 40.
40 out of 100 say, yeah, I'm beginning to suspect.
I think if they have waited 5 years and he hasn't really come to any definite decision and they really are not getting married, they're really wishing on it's more wishing than realistic thinking. I think it would be lower who would think that they had gotten cold feet.
Right. You think it's
I think it's
You think there are
lower.
reasons other than cold feet
Right.
that are making it. So
Yes,
you say
I think
lower.
there's
Right.
something else.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what the answer is, but it's true. Maybe some of them, it isn't necessarily his fault. Let's find out. That may be the way they want it. 40 and lower. The actual number of engaged women who think their fiancé is getting cold feet is 37. Virginia's right. Yes, it is lower.
Good.
Nicely solved by the challenger, who starts this game with an ace.
Oh, great! Lower,
Lower than an ace, a 5.
Oh, okay, higher.
Risking it higher, yes, an 8.
Freeze.
Now we have almost a complete tie there as we go to question 3 to you, Virginia. Virginia, we asked 100 women doctors. Has a man patient ever come to your office not knowing you're a woman and left once he found out? How many women doctors said, yeah, that's happened to them?
Well, I think even in this day of enlightenment, when supposedly both men and women can be in any profession, I think probably there are still some men who really would not want to have a woman doctor, but I think it's rather low. I would say around 32.
32 out of 100 found out there was a woman and left.
I think that number would be lower, because it would take a lot of gall just to leave just because the person was a woman. They might be a little uneasy if they weren't, real liberated, but I'd say the number's lower.
Lower. The actual number of women doctors who've had a patient walk out when he discovered she was a woman is 17.
Right.
That is right. It is lower.
Change the card.
Now Bev can get rid of that near-middle card, and the 7 becomes an 8
That's
in the
even
middle.
worse. Okay, I'll go higher.
Higher? No.
Oh.
Break for Virginia. She also has to call off the middle card.
All right, let's see. I'm going to try lower.
Is it lower? Yes, it is a 6.
Great, great. I think I'm going to take a chance. I'm going higher.
If it's higher, we have a new champion. Is it higher? Yes! Virginia Wizard. We have a new champion. She took a chance. You both had middle cards, and Bev called it wrong, and Virginia called it right, and that was the championship. Bev, $1,500.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with your studies.
Thank you.
Bev Bowman and Virginia Bailey, our new champion. Come on down here with me. Virginia's going to tell me all about how you can stay happily married for 45 years while you watch this commercial break. 45 years?
Yeah.
Your husband, Sterling, is up there in the audience rooting for you?
Yes, he is.
He's a handsome devil.
Well, I think so, too.
Virginia, after you cut the cards, since we've already explained the rules once today, they were dealt out in front of our studio audience. Good luck. Let's see some deuces and aces come up and let the new rule work for you, all right?
Oh, yes, I hope so.
Here's $200.
Yes.
And, of course, one of the old rules that can often help you is starting off with a good base card, and you can change it if you don't like it. 200 and a 5.
Change that card. Change that
Try to improve
card.
it? All right. 5 to a 10.
Oh.
Well, 200 and a 10.
Well, I'll bet $100 lower.
$100 that this is lower. No.
Oh.
Down to 100 with a queen.
All right, I'll bet $50 higher.
Higher than a queen?
I mean $50 lower. Excuse me.
All right, going with the odds. $50 lower. Yes, and a 3.
Oh,
All right.
Great.
Now we're moving.
Okay. 100 higher. 100 higher.
Higher than a 3. Yes,
$100.
with a 6.
Great, great.
All right, we're up to 250.
Yeah.
We're going to give you another 200. We move up to 6.
Change that card. Change
Let's see if
that
we can improve
card.
it. Come on. Didn't make a good change before.
No. Oh,
And a worse change this time.
All right, $50 lower. $50 lower.
$50 lower.
All
Still
right,
near the middle.
50 lower again.
Come on. Let's see a good one. Lower. Yes, and a 3. All right. 50.
Great. 300 higher.
$300
higher.
3. Yes, for the 5.
Oh, great.
$750. We move up the 5. Virginia.
Change the card.
Now you've made 2 bad changes. Let's see a good one for the big
really
bet.
Good one. Oh.
You are 3 for 3. Virginia, you must bet at least $375. You have $750. You're near the middle with a 7. What's your big bet?
I'll bet half of it.
$375.
$375. I'll bet higher. $375
Only seen
higher.
one high card. It looks like the best choice. Let's make it pay off. Half of it higher. Yes! That middle card was all you needed for $1,125. Those cards were terrible. You did very well coming out of that. With $11.25, 200 in the game, $1,325 is not bad.
No, it isn't. It's wonderful.
We will be back with Virginia Bailey and a new challenger in a moment, right after this. Really a terrible card. Well, we've run out of time. I hope that we're off to a good start with the new changes to give away more money. Tell your friends about it. Tell them to look in. I hope we're going to give away bundles here. We have nice people in the audience today from Seattle, Washington, and from New York City, New York. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on Card Sharks.